Hello, happy after yesterday. We are officially back with another video. 100 videos in 100 days. We are day 21. We're almost a quarter of the way there. So today I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a training, little quick doc breakdown, kind of talking about picking up momentum in your business. Like something that, and the thing to think about as far as momentum in your business is it go both ways. You can build bad momentum and derail your business, or you can build good momentum and compound your results and get further and further and further along in your actual business. So I figured it would be kind of a good thing to talk about, conceptualize, and share with you guys, because this is something that I wish I would have understood in the beginning, because I was constantly on this roller coaster of starting and starting over and starting over. Or maybe I would buy this offer and I would be gung-ho on this for 15 minutes and then I would change again and then I would just do this, right? Or like this in circles. And that's kind of how the first 3 years of my actual business went. And I obviously you could probably tell how good my results were for my first 3 years. They were non-existent. Now, the other thing I will preface before I open up the doc is this is only going to work if you make a commitment to getting intentional focus for the next, 6 months probably. And I mention this because this is, as I just mentioned, this is what keeps people going in circles. They constantly pivot their business. They constantly change their business. They constantly do everything because it's like, I want to fix all these problems that are happening in my business versus picking something and then optimizing and tweaking and testing underneath that. If you look at our brands, we've been talking about community growth and monetization for years and years and years. And everything we've done in business has been to enhance that experience versus, if maybe things are a little bit slow, we should go talk about automations and AI and do all this to like burn down our process. So it's just something to think about, committing intentional energy, focus on the fucking thing for a longer period of time. And if your posts aren't popping, then try different content. Okay, if you're getting a lot of resistance around people buying your offer, figure out why. Ask them why. Don't burn down your business because it didn't change or miraculously build overnight. So let's dive in. So things to understand, right? Picking up momentum from ground zero. This entire game is a snowball effect. Okay, that's why we preach and teach longer periods of time, work, committing to 6 and 12 months, like I just mentioned, because this game is a snowball effect. It's not one thing that's going to change everything. So making sales and getting new clients as the ball is rolling is 100 times easier than getting your first few sales. Your first $10,000 online is probably going to be the most difficult. And that is just full transparency, 100% honest. That is going to be the hardest part. You're still learning. You're still figuring out. You're still doing all these different things. It's going to be the hardest part. But going from 10 to 100,000, especially if you double down on what you just did, doesn't have to be that difficult. But the problem that most people run into is they'll have a little bit of success and then they'll change their entire business. They'll throw a wrench in the mix. Hey, I just made this sale and now I'm going to go do something different and try to make this better, versus more often than not, we just need to double down on what we just did. Okay. First things first, putting together an insane offer. And this is something that you need to do. If you're an affiliate, if you're, selling a different rebranded product, whatever, you need to have your unique mechanism that's unique to you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, I'm brand new. I don't have any of this, and I don't know how to do this. And like, we have so many different trainings around actually formulating an offer, or we can actually even help you create the offer in real time if you want. Right? We are opening up a couple of spots for the month of April. Shameless plug. If you want to have a chat about that, send me a DM with the word "help me create an offer." That's more than one word, so I don't know why I said that, but an example is we have to think about this because this is what's going to start picking up momentum. It's going to start setting you apart from other people. And you can do this in so many different ways. Okay. You could be horrible at copywriting. Your content might be subpar, but if the products and bonuses are enticing enough, the rest of the shit doesn't really matter. Okay. Like if you have a no-brainer of an offer for your potential audience, the other stuff this will pick up a lot of the weight, is what I'm trying to say. This will pick up a lot of the fucking weight. And this is something that so many people don't ever do. Hey, I grabbed my affiliate link and then, that's it. Why aren't people buying? Oh, I have this affiliate product that people aren't buying. Well, if you're just promoting the same exact product, the same exact way as everybody else, you're getting buried in a mountain of competition, in a mountain of other people saying the exact same thing. What sets you apart? Something to think about. So an example, you can get real creative with this, right? I've given physical products, I've sent out laptops, I've sent out, monitors, AirPods, all these different things if somebody bought a product from me. Okay. And I'm not saying predicate your entire business off of like giving away free physical things or like gift cards and shit like that. But they can be really cool levers to pull on, right? If they don't have a laptop, hey, for the next people to buy my premium price offer, I'm sending them a laptop and I'm going to help them do XYZ. Okay. And obviously you don't have to do this forever. It's all about putting things into the market or your actual offer to get initial wins in your business, and only do this if it financially makes sense. So I'm not saying if you're selling like $100 product, don't go spend $500 on bonuses and then you're $400 in the red. That's not what I'm saying. And obviously be ethical with this. If you're promising things to give people, fucking give it to them. There's nothing worse than going out there and like promising things on the World Wide Web and then damaging your brand before it ever even has the ability to build. So yes, you will be, you'll eat margins. You'll eat your profit margins, but it will work wonders at kickstarting some momentum. Something to think about. Coaching and consulting. This is another thing you can add in. Go heavy on this, your first few sales. Okay, and I'm not saying all of you guys need to go out there and you need to be this qualified expert or this coach or this guru or anything like that. Just literally supporting the people that purchase from you. My first high ticket sales, I was doing weekly one-on-one calls with people. We would get on Zoom, we'd hang out, we would shoot the shit, we would talk, they'd have me look at the stuff they're doing, and that's it. I wasn't promising them that I was going to be this coach that was going to help them build a six-figure business. No, I was just supporting them as they went through the training that I just sold them or the product that I just sold them. I was just personally helping them. And you don't have to do this forever. You can dial it back as your success grows, but these can be very easy levers to pull on to add. Right? Eat some time. Give some time. Okay? Do some calls with people. If so, you send an offer to somebody and they're like, oh, I don't really want to do this. I thought it had some one-on-one time. Fucking give them the one-on-one time. Especially if you're not already consistently making money. Some of a sale is better than all of no sale. Okay? Very easy things. Next, leverage results. Share everything. Results don't have to be monetary. Okay, and this is a big thing. Modesty will keep you broke in this game. And I'm not saying to go out there and be a screenshot warrior and talking about how you just got a $100,000 check in the mail if you didn't get a $100,000 check and like lie. But leverage the shit that you're doing. Talk about it. Talk about the cool stuff that you're doing. I just invested in X. I learned X. I overcame this challenge. Something I learned. A book I read. I helped students do X. Okay, I had a strategy session with X. Like, talk about all this shit. Okay, if you're not talking about this, people are going to make up the assumption themselves. Okay, and I don't want to encourage you guys to go out there and be like, unethical marketers or like, oh, if you spend $7, you can have $1 million business. Like, don't do that type of stuff. But like, talk about the stuff that you're doing. Hey, I learned how to create content and I grew my following to 1,000 people in the last, 90 days. And all the normal shit that a lot of you guys are doing in your business gets overlooked because it's normal to you. All of you guys watching this and a lot of you guys watching this have already had wins that would be beneficial to somebody who's not doing that. So like if you've created a piece of content, that's more than most people. Setting up a social media profile, optimizing it for business. Those are all fucking wins that you guys can share and share them. Talk about them. Toot your own horn. Talk about how cool you are. Right? And you don't have to do this with a bunch of ego, but talk about the stuff that you're doing and accomplishing. And if you're not accomplishing anything in business, then you probably know that you're not doing enough. If you can't do this, then you probably know that you might not be doing enough in business because, as I just mentioned, it can be intangible things. It could be posting a piece of content. It could be talking with somebody. It could be getting a part of a group or in a network with people that are having more success than you. These don't have to be these magical fucking, oh, I changed my life with this. Like, it could literally just be little stuff. Okay? Student successes, testimonials. Okay? Talking about the people you're working with. Now, obviously, this isn't a option if you're just starting, but talk about your client successes. Okay, there's a real power in talking about your success, but then also there's a completely different belief that gets built behind your client successes. There's a reason that we reference our client successes in contrast to ours all of the time. Okay, we've done over $1 million in sales in the last 2 years, but our clients have done double that. Clients have done over $2 million in sales in the last years, right? So it's not only worked for us, but it's worked for the people that we've given this strategy to, given this process to. So it builds even more proof of concept. It's not just like it worked for me and I just burned everybody else. It's like, hey, our client success is double ours. This can be screenshots of conversations, breakthroughs you've had, support you've given to them, things you've helped them with, pictures of them with bonuses you've sent, right? So if you look at this too, let's say, for example, we bake in the one-on-one element. You can then utilize that for your content, okay? Maybe you sent them a laptop. Have them send you a picture and or post in your community, all right? Hey, can you drop a picture in my community of the laptop I sent you? And say, shoot me a little testimonial, okay? Like, fueling all of this stuff into one thing. And then you can also, because I forgot to put it in here, community wins. So another thing that a lot of people completely neglect is community wins. Like, if you're a part of a community, a group, you're in network with other people, what type of shit are they accomplishing? You level up by proximity. Okay, even if you haven't made $100,000 online, let's say, for example, you go create a piece of content that was like, hey, I was on a Zoom session all morning with a couple of regular dudes who built $1 million business. The natural association is that you are highly successful because you're in association with those people. Okay, so like, community wins are probably one of the most slept on aspects. Talk about the cool shit that people in the community are accomplishing. You're a part of. Assets, right? You likely already have a ton of material, resources, lead magnets, bonuses, or things at your disposal, right? The beauty of the online economy is that you can literally package up your own intellectual property. You can share your takeaways, your lessons, your things, and then have digital assets that you can start bolting onto your offers. Now, the thing I will say, and this is a polarizing opinion in the market right now, don't add 700 different things of PLR to a product. Less is more. Like, get specific on an outcome, a result, a thing that it's going to help them do. If it's complementing to the actual product or the offer that you're selling, it's your best bet. So, like, for example, if I'm selling group juice, growing and monetizing a community in 4 phases, and then I have like a resource on how to close sales in the DMs, or how to write your offer docs, or launch a offer and put a product to market, or anything like that. Those are things that enhance the actual experience, versus if I'm selling them group juice and then I have a bunch of PLR that's like, hey, this is how you build a business using AI. And then all of our trainings and shit are like, don't use AI, if that makes sense. Like, keep it congruent and do less, right? I would probably say like 2 to 3, maybe 4 max. You don't need 700 different ebooks for them to go not use, realistically, right? So, and you can also look at things that you have that you already use in your business, right? Like, a really cool one that we've given to people in Group Juice is we compiled all of the posts that we've personally used to sell, all of our offers over the last 3 years. We literally put all of these posts into folders, so that way people could come in and look at and see all of the content that's actually produced sales. So it's something that we already had and have done in business, and we just gave away and positioned it as, hey, you can have our complete content frameworks, templates, resources that you can personally use and go out and emulate and make sales. That's a good real-time example of that. It makes their process better with an outcome versus, you know, just adding as many irrelevant things as we can. Next is documenting everything and share it. Okay. People get inspired by seeing others achieve what they want to, even if it's micro achievements. Again, back to sharing your wins. Put all of it into your content, right? The goal is to make them feel connected before you ever even get into a one-on-one conversation with them, because it will make selling them something extremely easy. This is a power play. This is something that a lot of people don't even think about. Hey, I've been posting content for 4 days. How come I'm not making sales? Like, you haven't posted enough content. You haven't been building long enough, right? The longer that people consume, the more that you let them ingest, the more that you let them know about you, your business, your life, who you are, the easier and easier it is to actually sell people offers. So literally document every fucking thing you're doing in your life and business. I just invested in this. I'm doing this. I'm trying this. Talk about it. Because then what really happens is you have to think about it from a different perspective. If so-and-so comes in and they start watching you from ground zero and they watch you build a $10,000 a month business, they're going to be pretty inclined to come hang out with you and work with you because they just watched you do it in real time. Spend more time where it's important. This is a big thing, whether it's organic Facebook or not. The two things that are always a priority in your business: one, perfecting the content, testing different things, mixing in lead gen content, short form posts, TikToks, Reels. This will pull your leads out of your friends list / inside your group, your following. Get better at creating short form video content. Get better at creating long form content that sells for you. Okay, this is priority. Okay, if you want to really hammer our model and have success with the model that we teach, you have to do this. You have to create more. You have to get better at creating more. You have to test more. And then Messenger. Okay, making offers and talking to people. And I don't mean like actually writing the offer, is the sales. All right, this is the other piece. We talked about this yesterday on our group juice call, our coaching call, where like people want to make all this money, and they're not doing both parts. It's like, hey, I'm posting all these TikToks and nobody's going to my link in bio and buying. It's like, well, just quit sitting on your hands and waiting. Like, go fucking talk to people, be human, interact with them, accelerate the relationship and sell them something. Okay, that's how our business is actually structured. We're creating the content either publicly or on our TikToks and stuff like that to, capture attention. And then we're utilizing groups to really dive deeper and enhance those relationships and move people along the spectrum of becoming buyers. But 99% of our sales are done right here. Okay, we're DMing people, we're talking to people, we're seeing where they're at, we're seeing what they're doing, if they have potential problems or if they'd be interested in our offer. And then we're making invitations for them to buy the product. And if they're not interested, what do? We just send them back to the group. Hey, not a problem. This isn't a good fit for you. We'll go watch this training over in the free community. And after you have some wins in business, we'll touch bases again. Okay, but you have to do both of these. Okay, we're not here to show you guys or tell you guys like, oh, you just post TikToks and you're going to make a bunch of money. Like, some people do, but it's a very stressful way to operate your business because there's no control. Versus if you are creating the content and you're making it a point to get proactive in the DMs with people, this gives you control, right? Because I can't make people go to the link in my bio, but if people are coming into my world and I'm chatting with them, I can move them along the spectrum of becoming a buyer. And as an example, I think I talked about this yesterday. Always prioritize people who've shown interest first, and move to cold folks last. So this is something a lot of people tend to not even look at too. It's like, I need to go start new conversations every day, whereas realistically, you probably already have a lot of sales opportunities that you completely bypass because you feel like you need new people. And that's all I got for you guys today. A little bit of a tangent around stacking momentum in your business. It's a very real thing. Okay, momentum can go both ways. It can help you compound your wins and help you compound the things in business to actually having a lot of success, or it can actually derail your business and keep you kind of stuck. So again, if you guys want some actual help, hands-on help building your business, whether it's, from the beginning, you want to set up the correct infrastructure, the correct foundation, or potentially you want to simplify your next 100K online from a couple dudes who've helped our students do that 20 times over, shoot me a message and we could chat about potentially working with us a little bit closer. But in the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow.